Hey guys, this is our meal plan for this week, and I want to try to get this done real quick. It's Wednesday. I started to film this Monday night, and I accidentally deleted the video. So I'm going to quickly try to do this now. If you hear noises, it's the kids. I can only do so much keeping them quiet some days. Alright, so this is not my usual layout. I gridded it out like this because I was watching my friend Megan over at Creating Essence. She has this little printout that she made that it gives her like where she has to prep stuff for the day before, and breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the days of the week. And I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. And since we're trying really hard to stay in our grocery budget, I decided to go ahead and do breakfast, lunches, and dinners. Usually I just do dinners. I tried doing breakfast and lunches too before, and I hated it. I don't like meal planning in general. But so I drew this out to try to see if this would work for me. If I like this over the next week or so, I'll have Kurt design me something on his computer. So anywho, it's just note paper and black Sharpie and pencil. Alright. Megan had the day before prep, and I also added the dinner prep because sometimes they need to do it that morning and not necessarily the day before, so that's how I did it. Let me see. Breakfasts for Monday, the kids had instant oats, which is just the oatmeal packets that you just add water and heat it up. They had PB&Js and fruit. They don't always have fruit, but it's available if they are still hungry. For dinner that night, we had quinoa and black bean burritos because we had quinoa left over from a meal on, I think, Saturday, with some sliced up orange. And then I needed to get potatoes in the crock pot for the crock pot potatoes the next morning with eggs. We didn't end up scrambling eggs. I just fried eggs for the kids that wanted fried eggs. The crock pot potatoes we did not end up liking. We did eat them, but nobody was a fan, so the leftovers actually ended up going to the chickens, which is fine. Think of us eggs, so. PB&Js and fruit for lunch that day. Then it was grits and eggs for dinner, which Kurt made. I was supposed to have an activity to go to that night, and I ended up not feeling well, and so I didn't go. And I needed to make cream cheese and carrot bread, and also lemon yogurt bread, and we did do that. The cream cheese and carrot bread, nobody really likes. Nara kind of likes it. And unfortunately, the recipe made 2 loaves, so I'm hoping she'll eat most of that before I give it to the chickens. It didn't have a lot of flavor. I didn't like the texture. It just came out kind of weird. Kurt is eating some too. We don't like wasting food, but when we give it to the chickens, I don't feel like we're wasting it. And then the lemon yogurt bread was really, really good. Everybody loved it. It was delicious. Okay, so Wednesday, today, we had the quick breads for breakfast. I did not make hard-boiled eggs like I was supposed to. Apollo was up a bunch last night and I slept badly, so I slept in. So they just had the quick breads. So we didn't do deviled eggs, we just did sandwiches for lunch. I promised Thatcher I will get deviled eggs on the list for next week because he wants to try them really bad. He's never had them. Tonight we're having macaroni and cheese with onion rings and a veggie side, which I'm not 100% sure what the veggie side is yet until I get down there and just see what I have. And in a little bit here, I have to go get lentils soaking for tomorrow's dinner. They recommend soaking them for 24 hours. The recipe calls for brown lentils, but I have green, so that's what I'm going to use. Tomorrow morning, the kids are going to have instant oatmeal packets. Just a minute, baby. I told you I'd be out in a sec. Sorry, he is really clingy today. Yeah, just a minute. Lunch is going to be leftovers and sandwiches. Just if we have leftovers in the fridge, we don't always, and if we don't, it's just sandwiches. Then for dinner on Thursday will be the lentil and potato stew, and I'm going to maybe make biscuits, probably. The deal with the meal plan this week is we did shop last week. We usually shop midweek, but we haven't gone this week. And so normally I would have extra things like butter. We're almost completely out of butter. I just have a little bit left. But I didn't want to go this week. We're trying really hard to stay on our meal plan, and I don't have enough left to go do a normal weekly shopping trip because we had to buy some bigger stuff like a bag of flour and some things like that this month. So we're just eating out of the pantry and the fridge and the freezer. And next week, the budget doesn't restart until the 1st, which is I think Thursday. So next week, at least half the week is going to be just off of what we have in the house. So like the instant oatmeal packets, I went and counted out like how many, because the kids only eat certain ones, like certain kids eat certain ones. So I counted out to make sure that I had exactly enough for them to have breakfasts. So anyway, so they're gonna have instant oatmeal again. This is gonna be leftovers. I'm anticipating having leftover stew. If we don't, they'll just do sandwiches, but the leftovers have to get eaten up if there are any. And then for dinner, on Friday nights, we usually have pizza. I don't have pizza in the house or in the freezer, and I don't have what I would need to make pizza. So it's going to be an appetizer platter. We have like the breaded mozzarella sticks. We have pot stickers. We have like a half a bag of, trying to think about what it is called. They're fries, sweet potato fries, just random things like that. So I'm just going to cook all of that up and just do like an appetizer platter for Friday night, and then Saturday, instant oatmeal for breakfast. Random lunch, meaning we tend to do a lot of cleaning and stuff on Saturdays, and lunchtime isn't as set, and so the kids are just going to go have sandwiches or yogurt or leftovers or whatever. We're having pasta and veggies on Saturday for dinner, and I have to make their bakery-style chocolate chip muffins was the recipe, but they use oat flour, which I have that I don't usually use, so I'm going to go ahead and make these, so I'm using up some of the oat flour. And then for breakfast Sunday, we get muffins, because I'm making them, and then we'll have leftovers and sandwiches for lunch that day, and then oatmeal and eggs that evening. So that is for this week. As I said, we're not going grocery shopping until mid to late next week, and so we'll just have to see what I do for next week. It'll be interesting. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great week. If any of you have a really good deviled egg recipe, please post it or email me or message it to me, because I don't actually have one. I've got to go dig one up, so that'll be interesting. Anyway, we'll talk to you all later. I can hear kids at my bedroom door. Maybe you can too. Bye.